Floyd moves on and he fights Jesus Chavez, who was listed with a record of 22-16. This is not the same Jesus Chavez that Floyd fights later on in his career, but this is a different one. Now, listen before the fight as they are discussing the potential of greatness that Floyd possessed. I'm just saying that it should not be a shock to anybody that Floyd is mentioned with the all-time greats and considers himself to be the best ever. If you had asked anybody back then, or told anybody back then that Floyd would be 46-0 one day in his career and be a multiple weight class champion, many people back then would have said, well, then he's going to be mentioned with the all-time greats. So it's not a shock. Floyd takes Chavez out by TKO in the 5th round after dropping him in the 4th as well. Floyd also suffers another cut above his left eye from an accidental headbutt. This is Floyd's 3rd fight against a southpaw that people say he struggles with. Check it out.
Gil Clancy. And Gil, I can recall back during the Atlanta Games following the boxing events there that you were very impressed with Floyd Mayweather.
Well, Tim, this is a big statement to make, but I thought that Floyd Mayweather was the outstanding pro prospect in the entire Olympic Games.
Well, he certainly has a great pedigree. Of course, his uncle Roger, who's in his corner, was a 2-time world champion. His father Floyd was a professional, and his brother Jeff is still an active pro. Mayweather, a very personable young man, a lot of charisma, and is going to become a very popular professional with the boxing fans around the country and around the world. Something I'm not sure.
Extending his left hand without jamming.
Okay, good catch, Gil. Finally, Chavez finds a little range, scoring to the arms of Mayweather. Mayweather is taking control of the fight here in the 4th.
Again, he just can't let that. Again, anytime he throws that left hook underneath, back up on the chin, that's his best combination.
Now showing his ability to elude punches, foot speed, and leaning away from Chavez. Right hand lead becoming more effective. Under 30 seconds we go in the 4th round, scheduled for 6.
That was the best left hook of the night.
Right to the ear of Chavez, and that's him backwards. Now he adds another left hook, and down goes Chavez. Mayweather looking for that opening, not forcing the action here.
And to Chavez's credit, he's digging in.
He came out hard here in the 5th. Right hand lead again. He's been very effective with that. He's accurate when he throws it. And now he wobbles Chavez. It goes down, and it is a knockdown.
Left hook, Tim. Right hand, left hook.
Second knockdown of the fight. This is here in the 5th. Chavez up quickly at the count of 8. And now the referee, Paul Cena, says, no, that's enough, as Chavez did not look to come back to the center of the ring. When he got up quickly, it looked like he was ready to keep going. But then he wobbled a bit. Paul Cena saw that and says that's enough. And so Floyd Mayweather has scored his 7th professional knockout in 9 bouts. He is unbeaten 9-0 with a knockout victory here in the 6th. Another look at it here from our overhead camera. Such quick hands. One of the things you talked about impressing you in his amateur appearance in the Olympics, Floyd Mayweather, with those very quick hands, and he shows it here. That right hand lead, very effective.
Floyd now continues his rise by fighting Leija next. Leija at the time was 18-3-1. Floyd ends up getting the TKO in the 2nd round. Leija was also dropped twice in the 1st. This was also Floyd's first scheduled 10-round fight. Listen at the beginning of the fight as Larry Merchant wants to see if Floyd can take a punch. At the end of the fight, we hear the talk of what is next in the future of the young Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Floyd Mayweather certainly has championship blood coursing through his veins. We'll find out if he has the stuff of a champion once he gets hit on the chin by a fighter who can punch. Let's see if Leija is that man.
Floyd is very economical for a young fighter. He's only been throwing about 50 punches per round to this stage in his career, but but he's highly selective and extremely accurate puncher and makes them count.
But that also reflects the fact that he will play defense.
As you see there, making it tough on Leija to land here early in round number 1. One of the things that Roger's working on with Floyd Mayweather is try to get him to hide the right hand. His Uncle Roger was a master at hiding the right behind his curled left shoulder. Floyd doesn't do it quite as well yet.
No, but after having a little bit more experience like this, he'll learn to do it. That was a good right hand.
Good straight right, and another one by Floyd Mayweather.
It takes time and experience to learn some of these things.
Louis Leija's cousin, Jesse James Leija, here tonight, sitting in his corner in support of him. Incidentally, the man who's training Louis Leija for this fight, Jesse Ravelo, was an Olympic coach. Down goes Leija on a right hand over the top by Mayweather.
A quick right hand, was it a flash knockdown or something more serious than that? We'll know momentarily.
It was something very serious, I can tell you now.
Floyd Mayweather looking for a first round knockout now with 55 seconds to go in the round. Lands the right hand across the top one more time.
There was another good right hand that hurt Leija.
And a couple of lefts, one of them to the body, and a short left hand landed inside. He is doing some damage right now. Louis Leija trying to hold on. And Jerry McKenzie's going to give him a count.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me see your gloves. You okay, baby?
Leija had a chance there to try to go to Mayweather's body, but wasn't able to release any punches. He's totally tentative and back on his heels now. For that reason, there's the third knockdown of the first 2 rounds.
5, 6, 7.
Floyd is totally pumped.
See your gloves. You okay, champ? Okay.
Left hook lands. Leija stunned again. And you can stop it any time. And Jerry McKenzie's going to stop it right there. After the 4th knockdown of the fight, and with abundantly clear evidence that Louis Leija could not defend himself against Floyd Mayweather's onslaught.
Too much speed, too much power, too fast, too smart.
Too good.
You still, I believe, Roy, have to be careful in how you move a young fighter. Who do you put him in with next? Are you going to overmatch him because he looked good in this fight? You still have to put in your time before you're ready to take on the big boys. They're not going to follow you around as you were suggesting. Some of those guys are going to take the fight to you.
Right. And you also have to get a guy to go through that stage where he develops the patience, where he has time to work on these different things, work on guys coming right at him, work on guys running away from him. It's going to take a little time, but I think Floyd is moving at a rapid pace right now.
And Top Rank is doing a reasonably good job of selecting the opponents. In the last fight, he had to struggle a little bit to earn a 6-round decision over journeyman Larry O'Shields. Here, he appears to be moving up in class, but it's a very easy fight for him.
Maybe he's rising to the occasion.
So 130-pounder Floyd Mayweather expected within the next few years, if all goes well, to fight at 130, try to win a title, and go to 135, 140. A pattern already established by Oscar De La Hoya, and maybe somewhere down the road, if all goes well, he becomes a viable opponent for De La Hoya, who already has so many of them on his dance card.
Floyd now fights a scheduled 8-round fight against Felipe Garcia, who was actually 14, 18-1 at the time. Now, Floyd at that time was 10-0, and he had his sights set real high already in his career. Before this fight, he begins to already call out the best at his weight class. He calls out the great champion Genaro Hernandez and the popular Arturo Gatti at the time. So we see here that Floyd already felt he was the best with only having 10 fights, and he wants to prove it by fighting the best. Floyd knocks out the experienced Garcia in round 6. Check it out.
The Olympic team, I mean, that's to get everybody, no matter what fighter.
Those are the words of 20-year-old Floyd Mayweather, just 1 year removed from an Olympic bronze medal. A veteran of a whole 10 professional fights, just coming off a rousing 2nd-round knockout over 18-3 Louis Leija.
It's so easy. I mean, this sport is not hard. I mean, just got to stay focused. And you gotta go out there and do what you gotta do, and that's to win. And I feel I'm winning because because of my skills and my will, and my determination, and I can punch with any hand.
This is after just 10 pro fights.
I'm on a level with the world champions. Put it right there, right now. I mean, you could put me there with a Janelle Hernandez, the guy just fought, the IBF champ, Arturo Gatti. I'll beat Arturo Gatti, and I also will beat Janelle Hernandez, for sure. I will be world champion in 1998.
20 years old, just 10 pro fights under the belt.
I don't just have talent inside the ring, I have talent on the outside of the ring, I have charisma, I have character, and people like me, and I'm just a showman.
Floyd also enjoys running the show. Here setting up the Tuesday night fight stare down before the fight with his opponent, Felipe Garcia. Directing Felipe where to stand, how to turn to the camera, the proper time to turn. Yes, young Floyd just does it all. He's won his first 10 in a hurry. Debuted last October after winning the bronze medal, losing in the semifinals to the Bulgarian fighter who's a two-time world champion and 10 years the senior of Mayweather in a very controversial 10-9 scoring decision. But Mayweather has put that behind him, as have most of the Olympians who did not agree with the Olympic scoring system. And now Floyd going up against Felipe Garcia, who may be old, but he's slow, Sean. But he's also crafty and a good counter-puncher, always competitive, and with his experience, it could be difficult for a young prospect. They're expecting a little more action after seeing their own Cleveland quarter a buzzsaw in the Just for Starters, and anticipating, knowing what they're going to get from Kenny Keane in the main event. Want a little more here out of the self-proclaimed best fighter in the world, Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather says one of the things he loves to do, too, he says, to talk trash. And I said, well, how do you get it? He says, well, my father talked trash, my uncle talks trash, my mother talks trash. I said, what? He said, is she a fighter too? He says, no, when she plays cards, she gets everybody over. If she's playing cards, she talks trash. So that's where
something tells me from that family, Mama Mayweather can also box.
You're right. She can handle herself.
She can handle her voice.
Oh, and Floyd Mayweather handles Felipe Garcia. He finally cracks through, and Felipe having difficulty getting up, very rarely in this position, and this fight is stopped. So Floyd Mayweather ends up with the sensational finish.
He said, I'll get him out of there, and they told me in the corner, Roger said, I'm going to have him go downstairs to the body with the right hand and then come upstairs to knock out Garcia, and he'll eventually get him. Patience is a...
Ladies and gentlemen, the time, 2 minutes, 56 seconds of the 6th round. The winner by knockout and still undefeated, Pretty Boy, Floyd Mayweather.
Mayweather picking up some fans here in Boise. 4 seconds from the end of the 6th round. Cranks Felipe Garcia. So for Mayweather, takes out Leija in the 2nd round in his last fight, and now takes out a rocket, Philip Garcia, Felipe in this one.
That says a lot about a fighter who